You ready? Okay. State your name, grade, and position you play.
My name is Ethan Gaywood.
I'm Sidney Thompson.
I'm Elliot Driver.
My name's KJ.
My name is Marlon DeShose. I'm a junior.
I'm in the 12th grade.
I'm in 11th grade.
I'm in 11th grade.
I'm in 12th grade and I play point guard.
And I'm a power forward.
And I play point guard.
I play forward.
And I play shooting guard.
Having an experienced coach like Coach Real, what have you learned from him?
I would say I learned how to fight through adversity, and it's about the small things that'll get me to the next level.
What motivates you to perform at your best on the court?
I would say my family. They always push me to be the best person I can be.
What goal do you have for yourself this season?
I would say just being the best I can be, doing what I can do best. You know what I'm saying? Just putting myself on the radar.
How do you think you have improved since last season?
I would say I got stronger, I got smarter, I learned more things, and skill-wise, I feel as if I could shoot the ball a little bit better.
How have the coaching staff and your teammates helped you improve?
Coach Real instilled a big work ethic in me to go hard at everything I do, and the coaches just do a good job at just like supporting him and also giving their good little bits of information to help you out on the court and off the court when you're struggling with things.
How have you individually improved since last season?
I feel like I've developed my skills a lot more, and I know my role on the team and what I can do to help us be successful and win. Yeah, I think I improved my shot a little bit.
What do you think makes this team unique compared to past seasons?
I think this year we have more of a younger team, like not less experienced, but we have a lot of talent, and when we can get all that talent and young energy like to mesh together perfectly, I think we can be really good and beat out a lot of these older, more experienced teams.
What do you think is the team's biggest strength, and how do you plan to leverage it this season?
I would say our biggest strength is how many bodies we have. We have a lot of players that are pretty good and can perform at a high level, so we'll use that to our advantage.
Is there a particular game or matchup you are most excited about this season?
I'm excited to play Southwind at Southwind, December 17th.
How has the team been preparing, and what can fans expect to see on the court this year?
We've been practicing a lot, going over plays and stuff. And I'm sure you can expect a lot of excitement from the fans and the players this season.
What's it like being part of the Bartlett basketball team, and what is your favorite thing about it?
I feel like it's a good experience and a good opportunity. My favorite thing about it is the coaches and my teammates.
Is there a particular game or matchup you are most excited for about this season?
I'm excited to play Houston on their homecoming.
How do you think you have individually improved since last season?
I feel like I got stronger and my IQ went up a lot.
What motivates you on and off the court?
The fact that I get up every day and I get a chance to play basketball, that's really what motivates me to go my hardest.
As an upperclassman, what are some things you want to show the freshmen?
I just want to show them like how the culture works, how everything works in and out of the system, like how hard we play, how fast we play, the tempo of everything.
Being a part of the Bartlett basketball team with your coaches and teammates, what is the culture like?
It's just lively. Like everything about us is just full of life. We're always laughing, we're always making jokes, cracking jokes, and then when it's time to compete and lock in, we just lock in and win games.
What's your name, grade, and weight class?
Well, my name is Tony Headley. I'm a senior and I wrestle 215.
Miles Snelling, I'm a junior and I'm in weight class 175.
Luke Anderson, I'm a junior and I wrestle 126 and 120. My name is Sire Jones. I'm a junior this year and I wrestle 175.
I am Coach Oliver. I am the head wrestling coach for boys wrestling here at Bartlett High School.
How do you train during the off-season team group?
Well, I train by consistently going to practice, always working hard when I'm in the room, and just trying to get as much competition as possible.
How do you prepare mentally before each match?
Well, it's like you have nerves, of course, when you wrestle, but for me, I like to get loose. I like to sing and dance. I feel like it really prepares me to wrestle.
How do you handle setbacks or hard losses, and how do you plan to stay positive this season?
Setbacks and hard losses. I try and handle them as best as possible. For me, there's nothing worse than losing. So I use that as fuel for the next time I'm on the mat or in the room, so something like that doesn't happen again. And to stay positive for the season would just be positive thoughts. Confidence is key, and you need confidence to win.
What are you most excited for this season?
Definitely going to regions with my team again. Since we won it last year, we got great momentum coming into this year, and I'm really excited to see how far we can really go, especially seeing the improvements we've all made.
How do you stay focused on your personal goals while also working towards the success of the team as a whole?
Really just work ethic, seeing how my goals can really help out the team as a whole, and seeing how everything kind of comes together as far as my goals and team goals.
What do you love most about Bartlett Wrestling?
Honestly, the coach is great, my team is great. They're all very supportive. They all just want to see you succeed, and they will get on you every once in a while, but they're honestly great people to be around.
Having a dominant win against Germantown, how can you continue that energy throughout the season?
We, as a team, we're going to have good energy, like I saw at the match, and I think we need to bring the energy up even more going into the tough matches.
How did you first get involved into wrestling, and what motivated you to stick with it?
Well, my mom put me in wrestling in 4th grade, and at first, I guess I didn't really even want to, but I just liked pushing myself every day at practice, and so I stayed with it.
What do you think wrestling teaches you that other sports might not?
It teaches you discipline and like how to work hard.
Why do you think BHS Wrestling has been so successful in the past years?
I think it's because as a team we've grown closer to each other and we've supported each other through like all the tough matches, and we're pushing each other to work harder at every practice and every match.
What's your strategy for dealing with pressure in close or big tournaments?
Well, it's wrestling, it's a fight, so it's very easy to feel a lot of pressure and like to weigh down yourself. To deal with it, I try to remember that it's just a sport, and at the end of the day, everything's gonna be okay. So I can just wrestle my own match and wrestle the way I want to when it comes down to like the high pressure situations, because I know that it's just a sport and that it doesn't mean anything at the end of the day.
What does success look like to you this season, both individually and as part of the team?
Success for me this season is just going out there wrestling to the best of my ability. Whether that takes me to win regions, win sections, win state, win anything, just being the best version of myself that I can be. And as a team, we're coming off a great year last year, winning regions for the first time. We look to repeat and to do it better than we did it last year.
Do you have a specific pre-match routine to get into the right mindset?
I try my best just to clear my head, just to not think about anything, to not think about the match or what I'm gonna do, and just flow and move how I wanna move.
How do you handle weight management and nutrition with wrestlers, especially during preseason?
Well, usually I try to tell guys to try to see what they be best at the beginning of the year. But in wrestling, we got a descent plan. Hopefully some guys can follow it. But over time, we start to see what kind of competition they can run to. I want my guys to have the best path they can to state championships, but I also want them to also have a really good, difficult challenge so they can actually reach accomplishments that they want to and they feel more satisfied for it. So with the weight management, how you handle it, good practices, good rolling around. We have a packed room. Try to crank that heat up a little bit and keep it going. So,
what are the biggest challenges you anticipate for this season?
The biggest challenge is last year we had to learn how to win, but now we gotta know that we are the top dogs. We have to understand that there's people coming after us. So we gotta have an extra little discipline to ourselves, like, hey, we can't allow negativity or any type of slack into our program, because if we do, people are going to try to catch up. And we don't want people to catch up. We want to keep us staying ahead. So I would say with those, how we keep ourselves on top and try to repeat, we got to make sure that we keep a level of discipline, a good level of discipline.
How do you plan to balance the development of younger or less experienced wrestlers with the team's goals?
Yeah, so this year we actually, for the first time, we're doing separate practices for new guys to come up a little bit. Siler, my assistant, he does really well with the newer guys and tries to get them up developed a little bit, because in wrestling we have a little system. We got a wrestle off system. You have to wrestle off to be a starter. I have some of my good guys who've been around for a little bit all together. So I feel like in wrestling you have to learn how to get together and get better through your different type of skill range. But then once we start going together, because there are going to be some practices that we put all of them together, JV and varsity, they bring their own special talents, and those be like the really tough practices. Like those be the practices like, hey, we wrestling live for an hour or so, or something like that, or we hand fighting it really hard, and we got to see how the younger guys can handle the pressure. And I think it develops them better because they like, I know what I need to do. If I want to be a starter eventually, I got to go seek the toughest challenge. So yes, ma'am.
What's your name, grade, and what events do you compete in?
My name is Dior Carney. I am in 12th grade and I run the 60, 100, 200, 400, and almost every relay except for like the 4x8.
My name is Jasmine McClellan. I'm in 12th grade and I run the 60, the 100, the 200, and the 400 in relays.
My name is Asia Bowden. I'm in the 11th grade and I do the 60, 100, 200, 400 in relays.
Coach Jaja Nebo, head girls track coach, unified track coach.
What's your name, grade, and what events do you participate in?
Peyton Miller, 11th grade. I participate in the 100, 60 meter, 200, 400, triple jump, and yeah.
How do you contribute to the team outside of your individual performance?
I am there almost like a mentor as a big sister. I'm there for to help them get through races, get through challenges and outside of track that they don't understand or know how to get through, and I'm just there for support.
What's the most important lesson you've learned from being on the track team?
Patience. Everything doesn't come within 5 minutes, and there's highs and lows to track.
Are there any school records or achievements you'd like to break before you graduate?
Yes, I want to reset the school record in the 100 and also the 200.
What are your plans for after high school, and how are you preparing for them?
I am going to Marshall University to run track and preparing for it. My workouts are getting harder, so they're like mimicking college workouts, and also getting my mind together and getting everything prepared to make this journey.
How have you improved over the course of your high school career?
I think I've improved significantly. Like freshman year, I was running straight 13s, and sophomore year 13s, and now I'm in the 11s, and I hope to keep getting faster. So, yeah.
Being committed to SEMO, how are you preparing for the mental and physical demand of your upcoming college career?
Basically just like I'm staying consistent. I'm not stressing about it. Just making sure I'm on top of everything, and just communication with everybody at my school, yeah.
What's the best piece of advice you've gotten from a teammate or a coach, and how has it helped you?
The best advice I've gotten is basically my coach once told me that you gotta stay consistent. If you're not being consistent, the work, your results, they're not gonna show. Consistency is literally everything. And ever since they told me that, I've been trying my hardest to stay consistent. And so far my results I've been happy with my results.
How do you mentally prepare for a race or an event?
How I mentally prepare myself for a race is that I just tell myself that I can do it and make sure I just push through it and achieve my goal.
What sparked your interest in track and field?
What sparked my interest in track and field was my sister. Like when I was younger, she knew that I had this talent, and like she pushed me to strive in it.
What's your biggest improvement you made since last year?
My biggest improvement from last year was being self-motivated and believing in myself more and pushing myself.
How do you balance track with your academic and social life?
I don't have a lot of schoolwork, and if I do it in class, so it's not that hard. It's not a lot of time-consuming stuff.
What are your short-term goals for this season?
For this season, I'd say just to be able to do something, just to be able to come back, I guess, yeah.
How do you handle setbacks such as injuries or disappointing performance?
No, at first resort, I start crying, I ain't gonna lie. If we're being honest, I'm gonna start crying. And then you can't cry forever. You wanna do something about it, you gotta change something. So get back to it, I guess.
How do you balance developing the individual athlete and the success of the overall team?
Well, I coach people as people first, then athletes second. I think a lot of times coaches always care about the results, but I care about the person first. So I try to capture the heart of the athlete by doing things outside of track to build momentum. And then when I capture their heart, I believe it translates to the track.
What has been the most challenging aspect of coaching high school track?
Just consistency of each year is a new challenge as far as girls, as far as work ethic, trying to mold them to be as a team, as a family. And you have some people who don't want to buy in. You have some people who are selfish. You have some people who don't really want to run track. They want it for the gear and for the wrong reason. And for me, it's just making sure I put people on the team who really cares about the sport and really wants to excel in everything they do.
How do you prepare athletes for high-state competitions or championship meets?
Well, I try to put them in situations like taking them to hard meets where I know the competition is high. I try to make practice intense, so I believe if you prepare hard practices, the track meet should be easy. As far as big meets, it's all about the mindset, making sure they're mentally prepared, physically prepared, and just let them know they have the confidence to do it. And if you prepare it from the front end, the results you can live with. But if you didn't put the preparation in, then you're not going to be cool with the results. So it's all about making sure you put the right steps in and being consistent at practice, because that's going to translate to the track.
How do you foster a positive and supportive team environment?
Well, I try to set a family atmosphere where it's more just about life and making friends and just making great memories. And I believe by doing that, track comes easy when the stress is out of it. Because I know track can be a stressful sport because it's black and white and people care about results all the time. But we can just have an environment where you're just not thinking, you're just having fun, like going back to being a kid and just running against your friends. That's what track really is. But as you get older, it gets stressful because you want about times and PRs and different things like that. But I try to make it to an environment where you just run and have fun and live with results and try to have like a family atmosphere.
Tell me about y'all's experience at Nike Nationals and what did you learn?
Me personally, I learned a lot about my teammates, how well we work together, and how things will turn out in a time of kind of like despair and losses, trying to see how we'll kind of come back from that.
How do you think the Nike Nationals has prepared you for this year?
I think it gives us like a starting ground, a higher starting ground to want to do better and work for better, so that way when we go back, or if we go back, that we can reclaim the title that we had.
I also think that Nike Nationals prepared us for being at a big meet and all that pressure, them nerves, how to control those for other times, like a state meet where you're gonna be really nervous. And, yeah.
What you waiting on? Jesus, come to the meet.